Above. In today's session, we are seeing Euro USD consolidating just below the 1.23 level. And if we take a look on last couple of sessions highs, it has pretty much hovered below this level. And I think this is going to be psychologically also important. And unless and until we see a fresh breakout, the Euro USD's momentum is likely to remain sideways. So in today's session, we will try to figure out some levels to watch out for if we were to look for the new trades in Euro USD moving forward. So let's get started for today's session of market movers. If we take a look on the data calendar, today's data docket was fairly light. We didn't really get much data releases apart from the Germany and the United States. For US, the data is still awaited. And going back to the European trading session, we got the retail sales number for the month of November as well as the unemployment rate for the month of December for Germany, and both these figures are satisfactory, not that bad. At least if we look at the unemployment rate, it has remained constant at 4.5%, and the retail sales, though these numbers are lower compared to the prior month, but the expectations were far worse, and as a result of that, we are seeing some lower side buying happening in the Euro USD after we got these retail sales numbers at 1.9% for the month of November. Moving on to the North American trading session, just in a while we will be getting the ISM manufacturing PMI data, and I think by the time this video gets uploaded, it might be already released. And for manufacturing sector in the United States, we are experiencing expansion, and this trend is likely to persist. And for the month of December, we are expecting the manufacturing PMI to be above 56, which will be tad lower compared to the prior reading at 57.5, but still this is close to the decade highs, and this is coming after the sharp contraction which we had experienced in the months following March 2020, and now after that we are seeing some robust growth happening, but it will level off in coming months. Moving on to the technical front, we will first see what's happening in the Euro USD, and then we will also take a look on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Let's start with the Euro USD's technical outlook first. This is the daily time frame chart, and here this consolidation which has been ongoing in the Euro USD is proving fairly difficult to predict, and as we are not experiencing any one-sided momentum, it becomes imperative for us to keep our expectations in check, and rather than going for swing trades during such undecisive trading days, I think it will be better to look for the scalping opportunities where we will be looking at sharp stop losses and target prices. The underlying momentum is bullish, and here the new high for Euro USD was established just close to 1.230, and now for last couple of sessions the range has been fairly narrow, and even in today's session we are experiencing this range bound momentum, but on the lower side there is some buying momentum, and that is keeping up with the expectations as Euro USD is in bullish momentum, and it's expected that whenever there is dip, the market participants will be keen to look for buying opportunities, and that's what we are experiencing in the Euro USD. But if we look at the regression curve, it is now starting to tilt on the lower side after this long consolidation where the upper side momentum has been curtailed closer to 1.23. So in a way, the Euro USD has struggled to cross and hold above this crucial level, and that's why the title is Euro USD struggles at 1.23. And moving forward also, I am expecting this to act as the near term ceiling for Euro USD's move on the higher side, and in these uncertain times, as I said, the scalping will be a better strategy to adapt, where we can look for buying opportunities only, but while keeping the stop losses and the target prices sharp. And for that, we will have to more or less rely on the lower time frame charts of hourly, as here in the 4 hourly chart. If we were to consider the pivot point series also, the price action is caught in between, and the first resistance is also far away, and support is also not that close, so it becomes difficult to use these key levels in next few sessions. So here we have to rely on this confluence zone of the SMAs. We have these 50 and 100 SMA converging closer to 1.225. Even in yesterday's session, I had said that we can look for buying opportunities closer to 1.225 level, and if you had gone for those trades in today's session, I think you might have made some amount of money if you had adopted this scalping opportunities, scalping trading strategy. Even in today's session, I am expecting the momentum to remain bullish as long as the lower side SMA level of 1.226 remains intact. And for the time being, the Euro USD is indeed holding above that. And if we see consolidation happening closer to these SMA, then we should look for buying opportunity while keeping the stop loss just below this today's swing low. I think the stop loss anywhere closer to 1.224 should be good enough for any buying opportunity closer to 1.226 to 1.227. And on the higher side, the target will work out closer to this immediate swing high, which is there around 1.223. So in today's session, we are not going for even the risk reward ratio of 1 is to 2, as that's a difficult ask given the current range bound momentum. And unless and until we see a fresh breakout on the either side, it will be difficult to make a call on the Euro USD as well. Now moving on to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, things are looking in correction mode in the Dow Jones Industrial Average after making all-time high. In yesterday's session, we saw immediate sell-off happening, and this momentum has now shifted on the lower side, and I think we will be doing well if we were to look for the selling opportunities rather than to look for buying opportunities in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And for that, we will have to watch out for some key levels. But on the lower side, we can expect this correction to deepen, and the levels below 30,000 can be seen in next couple of sessions. And on the lower side, these prior swing lows will be in play moving forward for the remaining days of this week. And for fresh trading opportunities, I think we will have to see how the price action behaves around this central pivot point. If we look at today's trading session price action, it has hovered closer to this central pivot point, and now we are seeing the momentum shifting on the lower side, and that's pretty much in line with the expectation. And in today's session, we might even see the decline extending towards its first support of this month, which is there around 29,800. So for today's session, we can indeed look for selling opportunities anywhere close to 30,200 while keeping the stop loss closer to 30,400, and on the lower side, target can be kept closer to 29,800. And here, the risk reward ratio is indeed working out as per our requirement of 1 is to 2. The regression curve, though, remains tilted on the higher side, but now the price action has moved on the lower side. So in due course of time, we can expect it to flatten and then shift gears on the bearish side. And if we look at this SMA formation, here we have this strong resistance formation now in place around 30,000 and 300 level. Here we have this consolidation phase highs for the today's session, and then on the higher side we can use this convergence of 50 and 100 SMA to act as our near term marker. Anything above that and we can think about getting out of the short selling position, while we can continue to target short sell trades as long as the price action is below these 200 SMA, which is there just below the 30,300 mark. So this is the price zone which we should watch out for and look for the trading opportunities as long as this technical formation holds good. So that's it from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in the comment section and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument, and one should be careful while using the information provided. Have a fabulous day ahead. Thank you all for joining in. Do subscribe to the Ducoscopy webinar channel. Goodbye.